Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things that you need in your wardrobe for autumn. Hopefully a lot of these are things that you already own and this will just be a little reminder to get them out of your wardrobe if you haven't yet. It's going to be a bit of a mixture between staple items and some things that are a bit more trend-led, but hopefully there's something in here for everyone. I hope you enjoy and let's get started. So the first item that I think you need for autumn 2021 is loose-fitting dresses. If you're anything like me, I love to wear dresses all seasons, all weather, and something that's been very on trend recently is loose-fitting dresses that do not come in at the waist. The dress I'm wearing today is not a good example because it does have the elastic. So we're thinking dresses that don't have an elasticated waist, they don't have that structure that brings them in the middle. For example, this dress that I picked up last year, this is a long midi dress and it is just straight down. So it's very loose fitted, it doesn't cling anywhere, it doesn't come in at all. And although this is a trend at the moment, what I love about this style of dress is that it is so comfortable. With the year that we've had, I think more people are all about comfort, and that's possibly where this trend has come from. The other reason I love this trend is because it is actually very versatile, because you can just add a belt and that will nip you in at the waist and give it that structure if that's what you like. So I like that within one item you have the option to wear it either loose or with a belt. I have a couple of more recent purchases that also fit this criteria. I got these towards the end of last year, so they're both from Dangerfield. This one is another midi dress. It's got the gingham print on it and it does have the tiers towards the bottom, but again there is like nothing to bring it in. And then same with this one here, this one's got little sleeves, it's got a little cat print on it and it's a little bit shorter and it does have a waistline but it just doesn't come in. I love both of these dresses. I get heaps of compliments, especially on the cat one. Everyone at school loves this dress, but they are both so comfortable. I've basically been alternating these two dresses, wearing them at least once or twice a week each. Item number 2 that you need for autumn 2021 is a cardigan. One of the things with autumn and with transitional weather is that sometimes it's quite warm, sometimes it's quite cold, and often in the morning you don't know what you're going to need for the day. So I think one of the perfect things to have is a cardigan, because you can slip it on and off really easily. And also a lot of cardigans have buttons, so if you need that extra bit of warmth, if you need it to like wrap around you, then you can do up the buttons as well. There's a lot of different options that you can have with you for the day with just the one item that is a cardigan. This is the one that I have been wearing recently. It's just a slightly longer grey cardigan. I've just been throwing this on top of everything and anything. I think there's a cardigan out there for everyone. There are plain ones, patterned ones, long, short, v-neck, round neck. Like, I think everyone just needs to find the perfect cardigan for them. This has seemed to be the one for me, and also because it's grey, it seems to go with everything. Number 3 is actually not a specific item, but it is a combination of items that is very on trend at the moment, and it is checks, specifically clashing checks or big checks. Now, checks is not something that I would have said that I was particularly into. However, when I was thinking about this trend and thinking about what I already have in my wardrobe, I thought actually I do have some checks in my wardrobe that I can like pair together to make this trend work. I've already shown you this dress, but I'm actually going to use this as the basis for this trend that we're talking about now. And then over top, I'm going to try 2 different outfits. So I do have this blazer, which has the checked print on it. Neither of these have a big print on them, but I think the colours are quite contrasting, that I think this would be like a little nod to the trend. And the other option that we're going to try with a slightly bigger print is this coat here, which is actually a houndstooth print, but I think it's going to work for that kind of contrasting big pattern versus little pattern, I guess. So I'm going to try these two together, and I think this one in particular I think is going to look really good. Part of what makes this trend what it is that the prints are quite contrasting and like it stands out a lot, so I think this is going to work really well. I wanted to mention this one even though it's not like one specific item that I'm recommending for you guys, because I wanted to show that if you have your eye on a trend but you don't necessarily have the right pieces for it, rather than going out and buying something new, sometimes you are able to make it work with things that are already in your wardrobe. Item number 4 that I think you need for autumn 2021 is actually something that I don't currently own, and it is a pair of chunky rain boots. In my wardrobe at the moment I have 4 pairs of heeled boots that I tend to wear in autumn and winter. However, this trend is more of a flat, very chunky boot that is perfect for wearing in the rain, and I also love the fact that they're flat because they're going to be so comfortable and easy to walk in. So I'm actually going to put some pictures up on the screen of the type of boot that I'm talking about. Typically the colours that I've seen these boots in are black or a cream colour, and I think that those are 2 really good options because depending on what's in your wardrobe, if you have more of a darker wardrobe then you go with the black. If you wear a lot of like lighter coloured dresses and things, then perhaps you'd want the cream colour. As you can see from these photos, they've got like a really thick tread on them. They look like they'd be great for walking through mud, walking through puddles. The material that they're made out of looks very waterproof. It's either leather or rubber depending on the brand. And then usually they've got like a little elasticated section up the side of the leg so they're nice and easy to slip on. And I'll put up some pictures now of some people that I follow on Instagram styling these boots. So as you can see from these pictures, they can be styled obviously with trousers but also with little dresses, which is what I'm going to be wearing for most of autumn. Funnily enough, these 2 pictures with the dresses are both loose dresses, and this one is actually a checked print as well, so that is like 3 of the things that I've mentioned in this video all in one picture. Okay, the 5th and final item that I think you need for autumn 21 is a jumper with a little zip up the top. The one that I have in my wardrobe from last year is this one here. This is from Cotton On, so it's quite cheap. It's actually fleece on the inside, so it's really nice and warm, even though it's quite a thin material. And it does have the little zip up the top. Yes, this is a trend at the moment, and I am conscious of the fact that it may not be in fashion for a particularly long time, but the reason I bought into it is because I think it's very versatile, especially for this time of year. So again, going back to the whole like transitional weather thing, you don't know how warm or cold it's going to be during the day. I think this is great because when you're really cold in the morning, you can like zip it all the way up and have your neck really nice and covered. And then as it gets warmer during the day, you can just unzip it and have a little bit of a breeze going in. And also very easy to layer underneath as well, because obviously at the start of autumn, you're probably not going to want anything underneath. So you just have it open, you'd have your skin showing underneath, and then as we get closer to winter, you can layer as much as you want under it and you won't be able to see it because you can just zip the whole thing up and cover up all those layers. So I think this is a really great practical piece for layering and just for transitional weather. So if you've been thinking about jumping on this trend, that is my opinion on why it's worth it. I do want to show you some pictures of some other ones as well, because my one is quite like a sporty, athletic kind of vibe, whereas there are some more knitted ones that I think are so nice, that are a lot more classy, that you could pair with more like elevated looks. So Laura's Little Locket has this really nice cream and striped one that I think is so nice, and how timeless are those stripes? Like, this is going to be a classic piece that you could wear for years to come. She also has this plain cream one, which I think is just beautiful as well. And then last autumn and winter, Max, the New Zealand brand, actually came out with this one, which just looks so thick and warm and beautiful. I think this one's actually a full zip, so it's not quite what we're talking about, but still those same kind of vibes. I think I actually went in store and tried this one on, but it was like right at the end of winter and they didn't have my size in stock, so I just remember it being way too big for me. But hopefully they'll bring out something similar this year, because I would love like a knitted looking one. But yeah, I definitely think that's a trend that, depending on your personal style, is going to be something that we can wear for years to come. And that's going to wrap up my video. Those were the 5 items that I think you need for autumn 2021. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy my video. If you do like the content that I make, please feel free to subscribe. I upload at least one new video every single week, and I will see you next time. Bye!